Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahawah, Bashem, Yahweh, Bashem, the Rock with us. Double honors unto the elder Pauls as a great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, this is a video that I uploaded concerning this man over here in West Africa, if I'm correct. He made a infinite, unlimited free energy. You can watch this video. I'll put the link in the description box. And they already trying to assassinate him 2 times. Right. So it says here, this guy says here, Terry Godfrey, be careful. Esau is very jealous. We the people are creators of all things by the powers of the Most High, Yahawah, God of heaven and earth. I'm serious. Be very, very careful. A lot of our people have lost their lives out of pure jealousy and perpetual hatred. Don't forget the perpetual hatred. Now, this is not a video against you, because you said here, by the powers of the Most High. But I wanted to say that we do not create all things. We are the salt of the earth, and therefore, the Most High is the creator of all things. We are his inheritance. Jeremiah 51 and Matthew 5 and 13. We do not form things. The Most High does. And he made it to where we are the salt of the earth, and we invent new things. So I understand what he said. It's not something 100% wrong with what he said. Well, it's not wrong, but I just wanted to clear it up so that we say it correctly, right? Because the Most High is the former and creator of all things, right? And yes, we create things upon the planet Earth, and of course, just like this guy said over here, by the powers of the Most High. So yeah, he's right on that. But I just wanted to make this video also for other people that think that we are the former of all things. And he did say it kind of good, creator, but yeah, but let's still make the video. So it says here, we do not create them, the Most High creates and forms, actually. Actually, it's form. Because we are the creation of the Heavenly Father, and therefore he created us to be able to create new things and invent new things. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with what he said and how he said it, but is wrong with how people would interpret it, like understand it. I'm gonna read the scriptures so that you can understand what I mean, right? We invent because we are his creation, and therefore he created us to be the trendsetters and the people of whom the heathen nations of this world steal the most things on earth, right? So now we'll go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 14. The Lord of hosts had sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men as with caterpillars. And you can actually, for example, take a visual example like this. Caterpillars in trees. When you see the caterpillars in trees, there are a lot. It's a lot. There's probably thousands over here. I don't know how many, man. I just don't know. I would think thousands. If you see it here, it looks like it's a bunch of thousands up in there. And this is just a small area. Well, how small is this? I don't know. It's not even what? It's definitely not 10 meters wide. Probably not even 5 meters wide. I don't know. I can't really, estimate. Let's say this. There's tens of thousands here that I would think of. And this is just one small area. So that's how much the Heavenly Father is actually going to increase the children of Israel, as he did back in the days. And they shall lift up a shout against thee, right? Wait a minute, what am I doing? Oh yeah, this is war, sorry. Set up a standard against, Babylon, sorry. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, sorry, it's not about the Israelites, it's standard against the other nations, right? He had made the earth by his power. The war is talking about war. Prepare the ambushes, for the Lord had both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon, and stuff like that. And the war wasn't going to come against Babylon. Sorry. Oh, I almost made a mistake. Yeah, I didn't read it before I made this, but I read it other times, but not now. So I was focusing on something else. Sorry about that. Right. Verse 16. But it's talking about the Most High. Right? When he uttered his voice, there is a multitude of waters in the heavens, and he causeth the vapors to ascend from the ends of the earth. So he make it rain. He maketh lightning with rain. He bringeth forth the wind out of his treasures. Right? Until this day, nobody knows where the wind comes from. The Heavenly Father does that. You know, every man is brutish by his knowledge. Every founder is confounded by the graven image, right? Because you're confounded by the graven image that you made. And you're brutish in your knowledge, meaning we're stupid. For his molten image is falsehood, and there is no breath in them, because they're dead. They're inanimate objects. They can't move, breathe, nothing. They don't live, nothing. You're more worth than that statue that you just made, and then you go bow to it and worship it. Funny as hell. They are vanity, the works of errors. In the time of their visitation, they shall perish, right? Because the Lord said he will famish all the gods of the earth, and they will perish, just like how Dagon fell when the Ark of the Covenant was there in the book of Samuel. I think it was First Samuel. But the portion of Jacob is not like them. Like who? Like these graven images, these molten images that have no breath in them. For he is the former of all things. The Heavenly Father forms all things. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. We are the children of Israel are his inheritance. Yahawah, the Lord of hosts is his name. So, the former of all things is the Most High. But the brother was correct when he said that we create stuff because it's... wait, sorry. This fly is bugging me. It's a fruit fly. I think I have fruit here. No, I don't have fruit here. Which goes into the book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 13. Ye are the salt of the earth. Therefore, all these things upon the planet Earth, we're the ones that actually make this planet Earth flavorable. Like flavor. We have the flavor. We create stuff. Just like he said. But, I wanted to make a difference between forming things and creating things. And inventing things. Right? So, but if the salt had lost its savor, and we kind of lost it, wherewith shall it be salted? It is henceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out, and to be trodden underfoot. This is one of the reasons why we were trodden underfoot by all these other heathen nations. And Jerusalem was trodden underfoot of men. Trodden underfoot of men, yeah. And we were cast out of our land. And we are good for nothing. That's why we were destroyed. But even in our low state, we still are the salt of the earth. Because look at, for example, entertainment and television and inventions. Not just freaking tap dancing and stuff like that. Even our clothing style, the way that we speak, beef. You see even news anchors, filthy edomites, like pure devils, using the word beef. They're using our words and stuff like that because it makes them feel like they're cool. Even our word speech and stuff like that. The way that we walk, talk, pick up chicks. Even they come to you and be like, how did you do that? Can you teach me? Stuff like that. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no accounts of his labors. They made no account of our labors. All the work that we have done, they made no account of it. They are not even mentioning it. They love to steal our inventions and call this guy, they call him the king of rock and roll. What? Elvis Presley, often named the king of rock and roll. But the funny part is, he was the one that was writing, and he was the one that this guy, Elvis Presley, imitated. What songs that Otis Blackwell write for Elvis Presley? How can you be the king when somebody writes for you? No, he never met him. He never met him, but the funny, You should go and listen to songs of Otis Blackwell, and then listen to it, and you'd be like, "What? That is exactly what Elvis Presley sounds like." Why? Because he stole it from him. We are the salt of the earth, man. You know, we're the salt of the earth. But yeah, you can go check this guy out for yourself. Just Google him, YouTube him, and I have his interview also on David Letterman, where he says that he wrote all these things. Wait, Letterman. I'll put this link in the description box, right? Then you can also go and find yourself his songs. I don't know which songs you want, so you can just look it up for yourself on YouTube. Right? So, yeah, we are the salt of the earth. And it also shows here in the book of Sirach, chapter 44, verse 1, let us now praise famous men and our fathers that begot us. Yahawah had brought great glory by them through his great power from the beginning. So by him, the stuff like this, or the music and the inventions like this guy was talking about, right? That we are the creators of all things. Yeah, yes. But we're not the former of all things. The former of all things is the Most High. And yeah, on the planet Earth, we are the creators of all things, man. All great things. That make a society better. Especially that. And also even in entertainment's sake, for vanity's sake, our people are still creators in everything and anything. Such as did bear rule in their kingdoms, men renowned for their power, giving counsel by their understanding and declaring prophecies, leaders of the people by their counsels, and by their knowledge of learning meet for the people, so good for the people. Wise and eloquent are their instructions, and eloquent means eloquent, fluent, or persuasive in speaking or writing, clearly expressing or indicating something. So they're very good with explaining stuff, and therefore you will be persuaded like, no, you're right. The way that I've been doing is wrong. No, you're right. That is how we were, because we had this knowledge and we were always right through the power of Yahawah. But the Lord said that he will take away that eloquentness that we had from back in the days. Wait a minute. Right. So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 3 verse. I start at 1, but the point is in 3. For behold, Yahawah, the Lord of hosts, doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay of the staff, the stability, the whole stay of bread. We can't even feed ourselves. That's why we need their freaking poisonous food, poisonous water, anything and everything that they have, that they give us. And the whole stay of water, right? We can't even basically sustain ourselves. The mighty man, the Lord took that away. And yeah, we win in the athletic departments and stuff like that, but not really where you could say like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like boom, boom. And the man of war. That's why basically all the wars that we fought right now, we lost, because the Lord took all that away from us. The judge and the prophet and the prudent. Prudent means one that looks ahead, acting with or showing care and thought for the future. Nowadays, our people just like to make babies left and right, but they don't even think of as, do I even want you? Do I even want these babies? Most of the time, they just leave them because they're not prudent. They're not thinking with careful thought of the future, like, I met this bitch in a bar. Is it wise for me to ask you to put a baby in this hole? Because I saw her hanging around with other dudes before I even met her. So, and now she just happens to so-called be attractive to me. That's not love, it's lust. What should I be doing? You see, people don't think like that. They just think, oh, I'm finna get some pussy. Oh, I'm bad, man. I'm dope. I'm great. I'm a super player. Until you get that bill. Them problem bills. It lasts for 18 years. That's child support. And the ancient, which are supposed to be wise, is gone. You have a few sprinkled here and there, Mike Tyson, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, Kobe. You had Will Chamberlain. You had all these great men, mighty men. And in the time of war, also you had these so-called these Afro people that fought for these Edomites that did great things, and then they made games, and then they made movies, and then they made comic books. I think this was the first Captain America. This one. He was a Captain America, Isaiah Bradley, and you can see by the art style that this was a very old cartoon thing, and they sent them to fight the war. They sent them to fight the war, and of course these Jakes won for America and stuff like that, but not just the war with Germany. I mean other wars. There was the frontline soldiers. Of U.S. wars. You had them. They went out there and basically threw themselves to their bodies, their dead bodies, not their dead bodies, their alive bodies for Esau, and they never got recognition for that, man. They fought the World War I and they still got treated like niggas. They still hate your guts. That shows you how much they're trying to please their master, and their master still turned around and hate them. That's why a lot of them stayed in Germany, because they was treated better there, and in Vietnam. After the war, they stayed in Vietnam after the war because they was being treated better there. Yes, they did, because they say go home, black people, or the war is not with you. It is with these Edomites, these Caucasian people. We don't have no war with you. Why are you fighting for them? I remember that. But anyway, going on now. It says here, and the man of war, the judge, and the prophet, and the prudent, and the ancient, the captain of 50 taken away, and the honorable man taken away, and the counselor taken away, and the cunning artificer taken away. Skilled or artistic worker or craftsman, taken away from us, by the Heavenly Father. He doth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah, so from the northern tribes and from the southern tribes. And the eloquent orator. Orator is somebody that talks. A public speaker, especially one who is eloquent or skilled. Right? And of course the eloquent already. Fluent or persuasive in speaking or writing. That's why when we do videos and stuff like that, we explain to you that we're the Israelites. A lot of our people don't even listen to us. But when the Edomite says, no, they're crying. I saw motherfuckers. Bitch came on my comment board talking about, I put a video where the Israeli from Israel was talking about that we're the Israelites. This bitch came on I fucking hate her. She came on my comment board talking about, I cried when I said, I wanted to slap the monkey out of this female. So I cussed her ass out. And I asked her, did you cry when we told you that? Huh? And then she said, I should have never commented. You motherfucking right, you should have never commented. Keep your bullshit to yourself, man. Pissed me off. Sucking on Esau's pee-pee. Get out of here, man. Before I spit on you. I hate people like that, man. Anyway, when the Edomite tells them they're all mushy and shit, when we tell them, they want to buck up against you. Talking about, how you know he's black? You ain't no scholar. Pfft. Who is you? Pfft. You don't know nothing. You're not a biblical scholar. You never did know where's the research? Do you have the DNA? Huh? Huh? You don't even have a laboratory. How you know you were Israelite? Huh? How you know? Shit like that. Shit like that we gotta go through. But it's all good and dandy because, and I hope you die for that, man. Fucking hate your guts. But anyway, the Lord took that away. So actually, I shouldn't even be angry. But yeah, it's just irritating when you see people like this. You be like, these motherfuckers, they really love Esau to the death. Like everything he said, they believe. But when we talk to them, they don't believe. They don't get persuaded. But then again, I hope you die in your shit. you know. But yeah. Anyway, so going to verse 5, Sirach 44 and 5. Such as, so these are honorable men that we praised, famous men, such as found out musical tunes and recited verses in writing. And what does recited mean? Repeat aloud or declaim a poem or passage from memory before an audience. So we were so smart. Nowadays, I can't even sometimes remember where I put